So I want to talk about my surgery options today. Basically, right now, all I want to get personally is top surgery, and that is just basically a double mastectomy. And the options for it right now is that I can get it on the NHS, or I can get it privately in the UK, and the NHS is not really an option right now for me because I've been on the waiting list for a first appointment for the NHS for about 3 years now. I mean, I was referred to it before I even moved to Brighton, and so yeah, I've been on that waiting list for a while and I haven't really heard anything at all. Like I think I got one just like confirmation that I was on the waiting list or something, but that was it. Yeah, that's pretty shit. So that's just for a first appointment, and then, you know, that's just an assessment that can lead on to hormones and surgery. So you can get it all on the NHS, it's just, I mean, by the time I get that first appointment, it's gonna be what, maybe another 3 or 4 years, who knows, till I get top surgery. So I went privately for hormones because I didn't want to wait, and I didn't know how long I was going to be waiting. That was the main thing, not knowing. Now I'm on hormones. I can use shared care to actually pay for them on the NHS. So I only paid for my initial appointments. Excuse me, my initial appointments, and then I paid for my first prescription, and then I paid for, yeah, now I just pay for my prescription on the NHS, so £9, whatever it is, which is great, but it did cost me a lot up front, you know. I think it was about £300 for the initial assessment, and then I switched to a different clinic, and that was, I think, £250 for another appointment, like another assessment appointment for hormones specifically. I think it was another £250 for my final assessment, which was like hormones, like actually picking up the hormones. And yeah, and then I had to pay for my first 2 months things of testosterone, which I bought them in like an expensive part of London, so they're not usually this expensive, but it cost me like £100 for 2 months worth of testosterone. But now I pay it on the NHS through shared care, which is basically just an agreement that the GP has with your clinician, and so you don't have to pay out of pocket every month for hormones, which is great because that would cost a lot of money. And it is good because it shows that the NHS does recognise it as, you know, a kind of valid medical condition that you can't, that isn't cosmetic or anything, you know, the fact that it's available in the NHS. So my next goal is top surgery. And after top surgery, I don't think I want anything else really for the time being. So it's really just my main goal, and then I can kind of move on and start living my life a bit more, I think. But it's something that I've been thinking about a lot more, especially since I started on the hormones, I think, because, you know, once you start on hormones, you're physically changing, and so that means that all the feminine aspects of my body are going to be kind of, they're either going to change thanks to testosterone or they're not, and so in a way the dysphoria is a lot worse for the stuff that can't be changed. The disconnect is a lot more striking when, for instance, I'm growing more body hair and like my voice is getting deeper. You know, the fact that I have breasts, it's more distressing than it ever has been. I mean, it's always been distressing for me, but when I was pretending to be, you know, a girl, or pretending to live as a woman, it was kind of something that I didn't think I don't know, it was part of the act in a way. You know, my body was just part of this thing that I pretended to be every day. And so I just could repress it, I guess. I could repress how I felt about my body and my breasts for the most part. But I think especially now that I've come out fully to everyone and I've started hormones, so I am changing. The surgery is more important than ever now, and it's just something I've been thinking about a lot. So I have a few options. Well, not many, but I can wait on the NHS for top surgery, which is going to take who knows how long, years. I can go privately and pay out of pocket, and privately ranges from like 5,000 to 7,000 depending on the individual. But I did recently discover, my friend actually helped me discover this payment plan that my clinic does, and that is something that I'm really considering, because in that way I can get the surgery done much quicker. You know, even though it will obviously cost more in the long term, it's more important for me to get it done soon, and then for me to be able to just move on and live my life and start, you know, my career and all this as me. Obviously it's not good to be in debt to anyone, but I mean, what can I do? You know, this is so important to me. This is my number one priority. I feel like everything's still on pause right now. I don't feel like I can start living yet. You know, I still feel quite stagnant until I get this surgery. And then that's it, you know, that's all I need, really. And then I can fully move on. You know, my body will keep changing, but I just need to let it happen, can't rush it or anything. But this is something I have control over, and it's something that I can do. And yeah, that's it.